everyone. Welcome back to LoFi Yoga, where we are experiencing changes and meeting them with as much grace as possible. So before we really get into the meat and potatoes, let's go ahead and do our usual deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4. So I wanted to start out by reading from a book called The Promise of a New Day. It's basically a daily quote and a little bit of like a little blurb afterwards to sort of expand on the quote. And I've gotten into the habit of referring to it every once in a while. Not regularly, but often. So for today, it states, "May the new week come to us for health, life, and all good. May it bring us sustenance, good tidings, deliverance, and consolations." Women's Sabbath Prayer. Our life constantly renews itself. We celebrate the new year, the new week, the new seasons. New babies, new jobs, new homes give us occasion for rejoicing. The reunions with old friends and family, the strengthening of old bonds, reminds us of other cycles of renewal. For some women, their menstrual cycle provides a silent rhythm of renewal. Some people chart their biorhythm, hoping to tap the life cycle energy that powers the universe. Recovery from an illness, completion of a long project, or harvesting a garden can remind us of the rhythms of life. When we are at the end of a cycle, we sometimes forget that renewal always comes. When our energy ebbs, when all the trees are bare, it can be hard to believe that warmth will return. I'll never smile again, we think. The sun's gone out. Nothing is worthwhile. Depression is part of the cycle for some of us, and like hibernations or the shedding of foliage, it permits us to gather our strength for the next creative leap. When things look bleak, I will remember the change and renewal are a law of life. To offer my own perspective on the concept of changing. Obviously, I'm in a state of flux personally. There's a lot of things that I'm shifting in my own life at the moment, and I can definitely say that it is scary and uncertain and a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. And I'm doing my best to just not allow it to become too overwhelming and to just accept it for what it is and embrace the energy of the moment. And it's funny because I always say that the universe is speaking in so many different ways, and one of the ways that's probably going to make me sound insane is via my Whole Foods grocery delivery, because they always put like a little label on all the bags, and it's like got a different word on it, and it usually, helps them figure out which bags go together or whatever. And in the past, I've gotten like these random words. Like once I got the word bear, and I used it to look up to see if there was actually a bear yoga pose, which there is, but I then created an entire flow based off of poses that rhyme with bear, which was actually really pretty intense. I actually think I posted the video on this account. I don't think I did a voiceover relating to like the postures or anything, but I definitely have posted it. But it was like bear, chair, hair pose, and all of the variations of those poses. I'm getting sidetracked, but anyway, I used that as like a little message from the universe. And so the last delivery that I got had the word flows on it. And I had recently written in my journal that I needed to go with the flow a bit more of things, because I do have a tendency to seek perfection and try to control everything, which naturally goes hand in hand with perfection, is the control aspect of it. And funny enough, that popped up and it made me laugh. And so with changes, you have to learn to be a little more flexible and a little more adaptable, and release control a little bit, because nothing's going to go exactly the way you imagine it will. And even if it doesn't, that doesn't mean it didn't work out. It just meant it worked the way that it was meant to all along. And sometimes things not working out is a sign that it wasn't meant to work out, and that there's something better suited for you coming along. And I've noticed that the universe had a tendency to make things very uncomfortable when you are in the wrong place, doing the wrong thing, or with the wrong person. And right now the universe is making me very uncomfortable, and I'm trying to accept the lesson and to roll with it as it is, and keep hope alive that there is something better for me, and that it's nice as it is to have the things that I have and be the places that I am and do the things that I'm doing. There's something better for me, and there's something that will make me feel a little more complete, happier. Always an opportunity for you to develop your intuition, which I'm trying to do, and use that muscle a little bit more. And, listen a little more, not just to the messages coming to me through my Amazon or my Whole Foods delivery, but to my own inner voice, my own inner sense of discernment. I guess that's the biggest part of growing up, is learning to listen to yourself before you listen to anyone else, and listen to yourself more than you listen to anyone else. And that does include the universe, because the universe is offering guidance, but at the end of the day, the decision is ultimately yours to make. And I am saying you and yours, but of course, as I always say on these, I am talking to myself more than anyone else. I'm not sure that I'm the right person to be offering life advice. Even though these are mostly for me, if anyone is listening, I would offer you the challenge to your own life. Examine where you are currently. And if there is a space where the universe is making you uncomfortable, maybe get curious as to why that is. Maybe it's time to make a change, and you may have been ignoring it, or putting it off, or trying to avoid it just in general, and maybe now is a good time to think about it. Give yourself a minute to do so. And if there's an area of your life where you feel like maybe you haven't been listening to your own discernment, maybe take a minute to focus on that. as always, I wanted to say thank you so much for sitting with me. And, of course, as always, once again, let's take a deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.